who is incumbent governor, was declared winner by an official of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mohammed Lamido, in the presence of INEC National Commissioner and Chairman of Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye. Fintiri scored 430,861 votes to beat his closest rival, Aisha Benani of the All Progressives Congress, who scored 398,788 votes.
Umaru Ahmadu Fintiri, PDP, 430,861. Baba Inna Ibrahim, 1,188, 1188. Ardo Umar, SDP, 6,870, 6870. Maigana Ismaila Musa, YPP, 1,431. 1431. Dadu Amron, ZLP, 200. That's Umaru Ahmadu Fintiri of PDP, having satisfied the requirement of the law, is hereby declared the winner and returned.
The Independent National Electoral Commission has revealed plans to write the Inspector General of Police, Baba Ahmed, to investigate and prosecute the resident Electoral Commission of Adamawa State, Hudu Ari. The Commission reached the decision today at a technical meeting attended by National Commissioners of INEC in Abuja. INEC also resolved to write the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, to brief President Muhammadu Buhari about the action of the REC. Meanwhile, the acting national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Umar Damagum, says the party demands that the Independent National Electoral Commission should hand over the returning officer for Saturday's supplementary governorship election in Adamawa State, Hudu Ari, to the police for prosecution. Damagum described Ari's actions as a civilian coup and in contradiction of the Constitution. The PDP asked that the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, should sanction the Adamawa Police Commissioner for providing cover for Ari. A Port Harcourt-based legal practitioner, Benson Ngoaji Kelvin, has criticized the Independent National Electoral Commission for failing to follow its guidelines. Ngoaji Kelvin, who was reacting to the announcement of the governorship results by the resident electoral commissioner in Adamawa State, Hudu Yunusa, said the action of the REC will further weaken the trust Nigerians have on the commission. Speaking in an interview with Today FM's Priye Zogo, Ngoaji Kelvin, however, applauded INEC for suspending the REC in Adamawa State.
The Electoral Act is clear as to who declares the results for every election. The gubernatorial election, for example, the returning officer has been saddled with that responsibility. It is wrong for the REC in the state to declare the election results. His duty is to conduct elections in the states, organize and supervise all elections. He's the chief electoral officer for INEC in that state. The results that was declared in Adamawa State was done in error. It was a contravention of the Electoral Act and cannot stand. So INEC was right to have this suspension of the REC. It is important for INEC officials to adhere strictly to the provisions of the Act to ensure free, fair and credible elections and maintain public trust in the electoral process.
In the meantime, a federal high court in Abuja has temporarily declined to hear an application by Senator Aisha Benani seeking an order of court restraining the Independent National Electoral Commission from invalidating her declaration as winner of the governorship election in Adamawa State. Benani had yesterday approached the court for leave to file an application for judicial review of the administrative decision of the Independent National Electoral Commission made on April 16th in respect of her declaration as winner of the governorship elections of Adamawa State held on March 18 and the supplementary elections of April 15. When the matter was called, Justice Iyangeko told the counsel for Benani, Mohammed Sharif, to first address the court on issues of jurisdiction. According to the court, Benani is to file her address on whether the court has jurisdiction to hear the application within 3 days. A federal high court in Abuja has refused to grant the request of the All Progressives Congress to remove Sokoto State Governor Aminu Waziri Tambuwal from the governorship seat on account of his unlawful defection from the party to the People's Democratic Party. Justice Iyangeko, in a judgment And a suit instituted by the APC held that a similar request on the same kind of subject had been voided by the Court of Appeal in several judgments. Justice Eko said since the judgments of the Court of Appeal holding that governors cannot forfeit their seats on grounds of defection had not been set aside by the Supreme Court, they remain the law and binding on lower courts. The judge held that lawyers ought to have counseled their clients in respect of such matters that are pending before the Supreme Court, adding that it would amount to an exercise in futility for a federal high court to decide on the matter pending before the apex court. Still on judiciary reports, a federal high court in Abuja has restored Senator Ifeanyi Ararume as non-executive chairman of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. The court voided the sack of the businessman and set aside the removal done on January 17, 2023 by President Muhammadu Buhari on the grounds that the action of the president was arbitrary, unlawful and illegal. Justice Iyangeko, in a judgment in a suit filed by Ararume, awarded 5 billion naira against Buhari and the NNPCL to be paid to Ararume as damages for the wrongful sack and disruption of his appointment. Justice Eko ordered that Ararume be immediately restored to office as a non-executive chairman of the NNPCL. The judge also declared as null and void all decisions of the board of directors of the NNPCL carried out in the absence of Ararume. And the Federal High Court in Abuja has stopped the People's Democratic Party from suspending Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike as a member of the party over alleged anti-party activities. The trial judge, Justice Iyangeko, also restrained the national leadership of the party from annulling the membership of the governor-elect of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, for the same alleged offences against the party. Justice Eko, while delivering judgment today in two separate suits instituted against the PDP, said due process of law must be followed by any organization set up by law while dealing with issues relating to law. This is the world news on Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. After the break, more news, sports and foreign stories. Please stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Ten minutes gone past 6. You're still listening to the world news on your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has criticized politicians who only visit churches and religious leaders during election periods. Governor Wike said the church should understand those who believe and trust in them, not those who only run to the church during political season. Speaking during the commissioning of Archdeacon Crowder Memorial Girls School, Eleloa Road and adjoining roads in Obiakwa local government area of the state, Wike advised the church to be careful of politicians who use them as a political tool. The governor claimed the church played a key role in the emergence of Siminalayi Fubara as governor-elect of the state.
I need to tell the church the role of our government with the church. The church should understand those who believe in them, who trust them, who work with them. Not only when it comes to politics, people will now run to the church. No. And that's why I've told the church to be careful of politicians who want to use the church. The church will always identify with those who from beginning have always worked with them. Assure the students of SMGS that before I came, I told my wife, and she said, if there's one party gift I must do for her is to make sure that we try to rehabilitate this school here. That we are going to do by making sure we donate to the school the sum of 500 million naira.
Wike made a pledge to release the sum of 500 million naira for the rehabilitation of ACMGS. He also promised to construct the internal roads of Eleloa community. The alleged case of assault, phone theft and malicious damage of laptop belonging to a lecturer with the Captain Ilichi Amadi Polytechnic, Zoe Solomon Tamnotoye, has stalled at the area command Port Harcourt. Victor Okere, a non-staff of the institution, Martins Oku and Selina George Sunday, who are staff of the institution, are alleged to have assaulted, stolen and damaged a laptop belonging to the lecturer. The matter, which has been investigated by Port Harcourt Area Command, was stalled today following the absence of the school management and the failure to release the CCTV video footage as requested by the police. A source from the area command who spoke on the development expressed concern that the institution